So basically, you write an email to Mary Downs, and then she'll set up a meeting with you. And there's when you have to tell her exactly what you need. So, for example, I was interested in both the disciplinary files, all the admission files that they had, as well as security logs. So yeah, she writes that down, she gets that for you, and then you get to review it. And if you want copies, you have to pay. Under this FERPA Act, this has started in Stanford, I think, and people could have access to all the documents that the university had of them, including admissions files. If I can have access to high school files, if I can have access to the university files, how did people judge me? What did people think? Do I agree with that? And at the same time, being able to kind of look back and see what do I think I have changed in this past 4 years. I think it could change how I behave in the future for applications and stuff. Because maybe I find out, how something that admissions officers or people in general maybe perceive of me that I hadn't realized is something that I project. So that would be interesting to know. I wouldn't encourage or discourage anyone from doing the same. I think it's your own choice, and if you're curious about it, then do it, because it seems pretty easy and it seems you have the right, which is nice.
My feeling generally is students and anybody else should have rights to information that's about them. So I think absolutely they should have the right to this. But having the right to it is a different question than whether it's worth the bother.
I might be interested in accessing those files, but as of right now, I'm not sure that I would. Just because, I don't think it matters that much.
It would be more like meaningful for students to see their files if they are rejected from a university and to see why they are rejected. But I know that's not possible. But once they are accepted, I don't really see. I think it's important, but it's not crucial. I think one can live without it because you've already been accepted to the university.
I think the main reason that FERPA was created on the access part was so that you could make sure that there wasn't inaccurate information about you, something that could harm you. But with admission records, virtually never are admission records ever looked at again after you've been admitted.
I don't know if I'd like in theory it sounds really interesting. I don't know if I'd actually go through the process. It's probably a lot of paperwork and waiting, but I think it would be so cool to actually find out the process that goes behind it, especially at this place.
The process is actually fairly simple. You just need to stop by the registrar's office and request whatever information you want. And then there is an amount of time that the university has to put it together. One of the notes I should have made, I think it's 45 days, but it's fairly long, and that may seem like a lot of time to students, but sometimes these things take a while to put together, depending on exactly what a student's requesting. I don't think there's a lot to be gained. Certainly not for an individual student, and probably not for students at large, but maybe you disagree. But the cost side is something that I think people are not really thinking through. This time of year particularly, admissions officers are working incredible hours trying to select the next class. Every request that we have to put this information together uses up surprising amounts of valuable time that can't then be used to choose next year's class.
I think there's something important in us seeing every document that the university has on us, and this is something that I have never been shown before. This is something that I didn't even know what it looked like, what it would have. So I just wanted, in a way, to know that I had access to it, and for that I have to have access to it. This is the security logs for all of this year. So where my ID was at every building, whenever I used my ID to enter a door. I think that I should have this. I think that I should have access to it. There is access. Now it's kind of clear.